And we are live. This is More in the Know podcast. I am your host, Josh Morin. Thank you for tuning in. This is a new podcast setup. I got a bookshelf behind me, made some new arrangements to the studio, the More in the Know podcast studio. We're going to be adding another podcast with my fiance, Jordan. It's going to be called Nap New App Parenting. I'm really excited to be able to start that. Looking forward to all of the happenings on that as we discuss our home birthing process, as we discuss very controversial, against social norm parenting protocols. And so we're really looking forward to that. So if you're a parent out there or somebody preparing for parenthood, it's called NAP for New App Parenting for those who need a nap, or you can listen to it if you already have children while your children are taking a nap. So a wonderful opportunity to hear some firsthand stories from ourselves as well as some other parents that we'll be having on as guests. So really looking forward to all of the, it's just going to be so much different content. I mean, let's face it, I'm moving into a much different chapter of my life. And so I'm incredibly excited to be able to embrace this chapter as a man as well as a father and a husband, and I'm incredibly excited to be able to be in this position that I am. It's been a long time coming, and that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about me being a dad. I'm about to be a father, rather. I made this joke, and I truly do think that it's kind of funny, is that I've been called daddy a lot in my life, but father is one thing that I'm most looking forward to being called, and that's something that I didn't think that it would ever come this soon, and I'm incredibly grateful that God put me in this position of responsibility as this child, this God's children. Chose Jordan and I to be its parents, and so I haven't spoke a lot about the birth of our child yet, and I want to break that down just to give you guys an update on as to some things and give you some insight and value. If you are a man and or a woman that's in a relationship or somebody that's looking to be in a relationship, I want to break a few things down that is, I really feel that's on the forefront of my heart and something that I want to share with everyone. First and foremost, no, we don't know if it's a boy or girl. We're actually waiting until it's going to be birthed. So we're going to be doing an at-home birth. I'm going to be birthing the child with the midwife, and when Jordan and I start the New App Parenting podcast, her and I are going to sit down and get much more in depth on the process and what it all looks like, etc. For those parents that are wanting to go back towards our primalness, our inherent self, the self that is meant to be the bearer of these children. We're supposed to have this responsibility, and it's not supposed to be in this very artificial world of the hospital. Now, I'm not downing the hospital and Western medicine. I just want to share my thoughts and my feelings on these different the home birthing options and the different options out there, and just know that there are options for you and your family, for you and your loved ones, to be able to take a much different approach to it. Not saying that it's right or not saying that it's wrong. It's just saying that it's different. And if that's what you feel is best, more towards being pulled towards, just know that you don't have to follow like this. You don't have to follow the Western way. And the Western way isn't the way. The way is how you feel at your heart. And so in your heart of hearts, you have to make the decisions accordingly for what's best for yourself as well as your future. One thing that I feel in childhood, especially when it comes to father relationships or the male responsibility within the relationship, is I feel that fathers have taken like a very sideline approach to birthing and the birthing process as well as pregnancy, as they did the work, right? The dads did the work, but then all of a sudden they just let the wife, let their baby mama do all of the rest of it. It's her responsibility now. In reality, it's easy for men just to go through a pregnancy and just deal with their pregnant girlfriend or the pregnant wife or whatever the situation is, and then just show up to the hospital and then go to the hospital and for the 2 seconds have a little bit of glory, if they even have that opportunity. Majority of the time, children these days are mainly birthed in cesarean sections, and that's a whole other story that we'll talk about. But men in the birthing process take a sideline approach to it, and I believe that that's completely distracting away from what the role and position of men truly should be within pregnancy as well as birthing of their children. I believe that men should have an active role in the birthing process as well as pregnancy. You should be understanding of what's going on with your significant other, the woman who's bearing your child. I mean, this is your child. This child divinely chose you. It chose both parents to come into this world, and it's your responsibility to prepare yourself accordingly, and not be a sideline spectator of this beautiful, conscious, very divine, spiritual situation that's truly happening. And I feel that Western medicine, I mean, just even in our day-to-day world, we've written off childbirth and just written off birthing in general as like this very like common, not that big of a deal type situation. And in reality, it's such a big deal. Birthing a child, are you kidding me? You're literally procreating. You're bringing in new life. You're creating one of you with characteristics of gene pools of generations within their bloodstream, for them to be able then to live their life in accordance to whatever they seek to have happen in their life. But you then are the guide. Like, you are literally a shaman guiding them in their journey, and it's your responsibility to see this for what it is and how beautiful this is, instead of taking the sideline approach and then passing down to your children the same trauma bonds that your parents passed down to you. Trauma is definitely generational, and it creates generational patterns, and it can break with you. The cycle can break with you. Just because it's been a norm in your family doesn't mean that has to be your story. And men, take charge. I mean, if you are about to be a father, or you are a father, the world requires more of you. If you didn't feel like you have any purpose in life, and let's say you don't have a job, or you're not an entrepreneur or business owner, man, there's so much purpose and meaning and value in being a father, being a present father. If that's all you did the rest of your life was just be the best father that you could be, man, that's so full of purpose and meaning. If you only knew, then you would live your life each and every single day and just this invigorating vitality that you truly have, and purpose and zest for life. Because in and of itself, I mean, you don't have to be a hero. You don't have to win gold medals. You don't have to be a champion. You don't have to be a millionaire. You don't have to be rich or famous or a person of influence. The influence that all that matters is the influence that you have on your children and your family, and you being your best self and stepping up into the plate and being present. Present fathers are the heroes, the backbone of the world. And without these present fathers, we're going to see the doom of today. We're going to see the downfall of America, downfall of the world without present fathers. So dad, step up and take charge. And when you step up and take charge, just know that that's the purpose in your life. There's so much meaning in it. I mean, be the best dad that you can be, and I promise you the rest of your life will flow accordance. And be the best partner that you can be to your wife or your significant other. Really step up to the plate. And that's what I'm going to end this with is men. I've made some posts, and I've made I've expressed my thoughts on this a few times. Is I was so seduced by this pseudo spiritualistic, hedonistic viewpoint of the world. I was seduced by this very materialistic, pleasure-filled, drug, sex, partying, seeking outside of myself, spiritual realm to find God, to find purpose, to find meaning. I was looking everywhere. I was doing the ayahuasca, the medicine. I was seeing the medicine man. I was doing the acupuncture. I was doing the acupuncture. I was doing the yoga, the Kundalini yoga, the breath work, the cold plunging, the everything, the meditation. I was doing so many things outside of myself. And once I began to realize that I had to go within, and sobriety was my pathway. Stop looking at these people like Aubrey Marcus and Andrew Tate. Like, what the fuck type of role are they truly playing in this world? I mean, it's such a dysfunction to what it is. I mean, these pseudo spiritual gurus who are living this hedonistic viewpoint, eating mushrooms and going to fucking Burning Man, and then telling you like that's the way. I mean, is it the way? I mean, maybe I don't know what the way is, but I can surely tell you that that defeats what actual spiritualism is. Spiritualism is letting go of the body and live it in transcending the body. They're teaching this bullshit of influence, and they're profiting off of your lower self to say, okay, well, it's cool to do ketamine at Coachella because Aubrey Marcus says so, or it's okay to treat women XYZ because Andrew Tate says so. I mean, who are these people? I mean, look at the people who are truly living harmonious lives with harmonious lives with their families. They're in committed monogamous relationship and have children. Those are the people that you should follow. I'm not even saying follow me. I'm just a newbie at this. I'm new at parenting, and I'm just a newbie at this. But those are the types of people that I want to follow. I want to follow the people that I know are committed. They're committed to being their best selves and committed to their family. They don't have this narcissistic viewpoint of women, who also don't have this very pseudo spiritual viewpoint of the world, and that are promoting very hedonistic ideologies to profit off of you. These gurus are profiting off of you and then using these like spiritual, ultra spiritual fucking things to then seduce people into their realm of work. Trust me, I was seduced. I lived it. I've done it. I've drank the medicine, and I've been there. I've walked with the medicine man. I've done it. But I can promise you that that's not the pathway. And when you begin to realize, instead of looking outside of yourself, you're searching and trying to find, and you're seeking all over the place. But in reality, it was looking within. And when you look within, you start to see that all along it was there, but you were so blind because of the blinders that you put on with yourself, because of the seduction and this hedonistic realm, this realm of spiritualism that you felt was the answer, the way of enlightenment. When all along it was taking a deep breath, being in your body, and removing yourself from seeking, trying to find, when all along it was just right here, right now. So men out there, step into your sovereignty as a man, your autonomy as a man. Be committed. Be a committed man. Stop being on the sidelines of life and just letting life pass you by. Now's the time to step into your power, your command. Now is the time to be in your autonomy and your sovereignty. As your sovereign self, you can begin to transcend the levels of consciousness. Bridge the gap between your lower self into your higher self. You can begin to break these generational patterns, these trauma bonds, these events, these suppressed feelings, these lower self ideologies that you've held on to for such a long time. It doesn't have to end with it doesn't have to continue with you, but it can end with you. With that being said, please like, share, comment, and subscribe on this YouTube channel. I'm super excited to be able to bring on my fiance, who will be my wife very soon, and the mother of my children. I say children because we're going to have multiple children. This isn't the only one that I'm going to have. I'm super excited to be able to start that. So be on the lookout for a nap, new parenting for those who need a nap. And you guys have a blessed weekend, and tune in next time. Peace out.